Heyo everyone, it's AJ, and today, since we are nearing the end of the year that is 2022, I thought that since I'm not going to be getting any new manga series until next year, I thought I would just go through all the lovely little series that I have read over the course of this year, whether they were brand new releases for the year or series I just hadn't gotten started yet and just absolutely fell in love with. Spoiler alert, there is some good ones. So, just to kind of kick things off, and obviously I'm not ranking these in any particular order, just not saying like this is the top 10 manga series that were the best of the year. These were just ones that I just absolutely adored, whether I just picked them up or whatnot. So there's technically 10 volumes, well 10 series, and then I have some little bonus little things. So shall we get started? Right, so to kick things off, I'll talk about the series that I've literally just finished catching up on. And when I say literally catching up on, there's only 2 volumes out at the moment. But that doesn't matter because Crazy Food Truck is just a joy to read. And there's only 3 volumes. So the next volume comes out in I think either January or February, and it's just a completed series. And see, when I found that out after I finished reading the second volume, I was fucking gutted. Because I just felt like the story was just beginning in the second volume, and now the fact that I know that in the third one it all ends, I am going to be very fucking gutted. But anyway, a nice wee 3-parter, so just obviously ends at the beginning of next year, but food adventures, post-apocalypse kind of style. It's fucking weird, but it's great. And also, if you like Food Wars for the fact that you get recipes in it, you get recipes, which is always a bonus. Yay! I'm not gonna lie, that was actually part of the reason why this first volume sold me, was because I got recipes, and I'm like, yes, I can try and make them. Despite, like, I've had Food Wars for, like, a billion years and still haven't tried any of the recipes. Yeah. So, we'll just ignore that, shall we? I'll say that I will do it, and I just probably will now. But the intention is there. And the next series that I want to talk about is Sakamoto Days. Now, I had heard about this being talked about, I think, was it last year? It started in Viz Media and kind of thing. And people were like, oh, you should start reading it digitally and all that. Like, the chapter's coming out, it's great, it's funny and whatnot. And I was like, right, I'll get to it eventually. Nay bother, right? It really took me a long time. Literally, by the point that I bought the first volume, 3 volumes were already out. So it kind of shows you. I'm pretty sure the volumes just started coming out like this year, or I think maybe volume 1 may have came out the end of last year. So, but I started this series this year, and this is so much fun, and I binge read these like so quickly, and the joy of when I finished the third one was when I went looking to see when the 4th one came out. It literally came out like that day, and I was like, oh, this is fate. So, if you're sleeping on Sakamoto Days, don't. It is such a fun, action-packed comedy. Like, ex-assassins, one can read minds and stuff like that. One is just, like, this amazing-ass assassin who, like, can magically become very skinny at the peak of a fight, and then naturally, right in the next moment, he's back to being his lovely little curvy self. Like, yes! Also, he's a family man now, and, oh, it's great. And he just, like, adopts so many people. It's like, oh, like, you're a wee ex-assassin, you're coming into my family, you're going to work in my wee convenience shop. Like, oh, you're a wee sniper, here you go, you're now going to come and work in my wee shop. It's just great. And this needs to get animated. I don't know if it has been announced but it's getting an anime yet. I really should look into that. But expect this to get animated soon because it has to. End off. However, speaking of things that are getting animated that I also slept on for a little while, which was just before Sakamoto Days, was Mashle. And I've already spoke about how much I love Mashle. Spoke about it on a wee Manga Monday. And the volumes do not disappoint. Like, I think I spoke about that when I had the 5 volumes or something like that. There's now 9. The 10th one's about to come out soon, because these are popping out like nobody's business, and it's great. And if you obviously want to hear about how much I gush over how much this is just a fun time, you can go watch that wee video. But magic, taking the piss out of it, cream puffs, oh, great, absolutely great. And this is getting animated. This is coming out next year. I think it's in the spring season, roughly. It's not definitely not winter. I think it's the spring season. But, ooh, yeah. Highly recommend. Great fun. It's just enjoyable. You can have a great laugh. You can laugh out loud at it. Giddies. Oh. Now, speaking of a series I definitely slept on for way too long, and is just the fucking best, is Hat Atelier. I still haven't made my Manga Monday about this. I've been trying to do this for so long, because the anime got announced like in April this year, just as I'd bought like the first couple of these, and I'm so annoyed at myself for not getting into this sooner. Like, I've seen it so many times, I'm like, oh, I should really pick that up. Everyone talks so highly of it. And then there's me, I'm just like, yeah, I still haven't done that yet. But no more. This year I picked them up, and my god, did I just keep trying to buy them. But then I had that off, the joy that is, see, trying to find fucking volumes. Volume 3 was my pain in the arse. Trying to get that volume took so long so that I can continue the series. But the artwork is so goddamn beautiful. So beautiful. Like, the world building, the characters, everyone's fucking traumatized. Which, as you know, if you're a vivid viewer of this channel, I love my depressed little people. So, yes! There is happy moments, don't get me wrong. Like, there is light and everything like that. Obviously, there's just trauma, and it's good. That sounds really bad, but like it will hurt, but in a good way. Like, it's good hurt, not bad hurt. I probably aren't selling this really well, but this is due to be animated. I think it's next year as well. Don't know when. I'm hoping it's sooner rather than later, because I need to see all the pretty people and all the pretty artwork. It's just so good. It's just such a fantastic story, and if you're not into it, I don't know how you can't, but whatever floats your boat. Speaking of things that probably don't float many people's boat, but is literally the best thing that's, like, for me, is Box of Light. And also did a Manga Monday on this, and if you like Welcome to Night Vale, like, these are the vibes that are in this, and yes! I cannot wait for the second volume to come out. It comes out, I'm pretty sure, in February. I hate the fact that it is like half a year releases or whatever it was. No, actually, it's longer than that. It was like 9 months or something like that, because this came out in like July, and I think it's coming out in February. It's too long. I need all the stories of these. But also the pretty colours. I love the colour scheme. Like, all these kind of pinky purplies and pastelies. Oh, with the little kind of creepy vibe. Yes. Like, supernatural, in the world between life and death, in this lovely little supermarket. Like, I love these little stupid little slice of lifey stories and the weird, like, unknowns and whatnot. And also you get this little spooky creepy cat. And I love my little spooky cats. And yes, this would not be me talking about manga this year if I didn't talk about any of the cat mangas that I bought this year. So, first one that I'm going to talk about is Cat Massage Therapy, because this is just so much fun. Also, the joy of that is full colour. You can't go wrong. 3 volumes. Toe beans on the front cover. They're raised. Like, how can you not want that? If you also... There's also going to be a theme of, this was also a Manga Monday. Most of the things I am covering here I have also done previous videos on, so I will try not to gush as much over the ones that I've already done. However, you probably shall expect Manga Mondays in the future of ones I haven't talked about yet. For good reason. But yeah, cute little cats. And then later on in the third volume, you meet some cute ass dogs, all just doing massages. It's just good fun. And it's just cute little cats and dogs and people and whatnot. How can you not love it? How can you not love it? And then obviously if you're the ultimate cat person, and the books have just fallen onto my feet. But anyway, Cat Post Gamer! For your little introverted needs when you're a cat person. But also a gamer. Oh, this is just so wholesome of just like a wee introverted gamer who gets a cat and then tries to level up their cat, and that's basically the way that they view it. Like, the cat is just like another pawn in like a game. And it's like, right, I must level up this cat like a fucking RPG. But it's just like their adventures together and how she's learning how to like take care of a cat, but like she's going through like the means of thinking it through like a video game. So she has to get like all this inventory and then needs to level up and needs to learn this knowledge to then do this. And it's just like cute like adventures of just owning a cat. It's just so cute. I can't wait for the more volumes to come out, because I think there's like 11 volumes in total, like in Japan or something like that. So I really hope they keep releasing these. But I haven't seen a date for volume 3, which is kind of sad, because volume 1 and then volume 2 came out reasonably quickly, like between each other, and I haven't seen 3 yet. And I need them. I really need them. So I really hope people are buying these, because I really want that third volume. Also, Manga Monday. Although, I think a story that I haven't covered yet on Manga Monday is the Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting. And I will admit, I picked this up because of the anime. I enjoyed the anime so much, and then I just went, you know what, I want that wholesomeness all over again. So I have the first 3 volumes. I'm struggling to get the 4th, which has just came out recently. But they literally got the artwork, the art style, like so on point between like the manga and the anime. And it's just so cute and wholesome. Although the tattoos are slightly different on but that's not the end of the world. But you want a cute wholesome Yakuza story? Here we go. Like a wee hard man turning into a wee softie. Oh, it's so cute. But that does not mean he's not a dangerous man, which is even better. So yeah, you want a wholesome story? There we go. Oddly wholesome. Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting. Although, in saying that, I think my most favourite wholesome story that I've read this year is Our Dining Table, hands down. This has to be now my favourite BL. It's so adorable, like, it's just so cute to read. It's just so nice, like, I just can't speak in words just how much I love this story. It's like the found family trope. I've got to love a found family trope, and just showing their development naturally developing, and just and it's all through food. There's a hint. Oh, found families over food, just making each other better, making each other grow, and just finding like the best in each other, even when like they don't see the best in themselves. Like, honestly, cannot recommend this enough. And like, I know probably when some people think, oh, BL's that, oh, it's like smutty and everything like that. It's like, no, there is none of that. There is like a kiss. There's like, that is the like the most raunchiest shit that happens. But it's so adorable. Yes. So if you want to get into BLs or anything like that, this is honestly such a good one to get. It's a one-off, so it's no commitment to like starting a series or anything like that. It is also the only one shot I've just realised that I've put into this category. That's how important it is. Like, this is how good it is that this one shot is like one of the best one shots I've read this whole year. I know it didn't come out this year. It came like I think a few years ago, but I only read it this year, so that's why it's in this list. Oh, so good. Now, obviously, it wouldn't be me in this channel if I didn't mention some form of Bungo Stray Dogs. So, essentially, I also have to talk about a series that came out this year. And that's the Bungo 1 series. So that finally started getting released in paperbacks, like in English for anyway. And there's 3 volumes out, and it's just the little happy fun of depression. It's just like, you know the mainline story. Yeah. You wanted to be distracted by that? Yay! Happy depression. Oh. Like, I know this probably feels like a slight cop-out, but don't worry. It's gonna get worse as I talk about some slightly other things in the rest of this video. But you can't go wrong with wee, like, small pockets of wee stories. Like, the fact that these have, like, an average of, like, 16 stories, like, little mini stories within, like, each volume. Like, you can't go wrong. Wee snippet here and there. Perfect. So, there we go. So there is, like, the top 10 of, like, my favourite, like, kind of manga series that, well, physically anyway. And where I go into taking a little bit of the piss is I also wanted to give a shout out to one light novel in particular. And I say a light novel. It is not a light novel, it is just a fucking novel, and I will argue that to the end of the days. And it's obviously Stormbringer. Like, Bungo Stray-Doll's Stormbringer. Like, when the book is this thick, it is not a light novel. It's not light. But the tears that this book caused me, but oh, the satisfaction of knowing finally what happened in it. Because when this got released, I think it was like 2 years ago in Japan, just seeing all the fucking little snippets and teasers and like spoilers, and it's like, I need to read this fucking story, but I need it to come out so I can read it. Especially when I found out how long it was. I was like, I am not reading that digitally, fuck that. I want a book. And a book I got, which then led to the longest fucking video I have ever made for this channel. And I don't know how some of you actually watched it, but you did, so thank you. Which then led to me making the next video after that, another long ass video about the play version, which she's also watched. I don't know how, but thank you. So, they're like the physical little shout outs, and then I have 2 little digital series that I want to give a wee bit of praise to, and obviously sticking to the theme of the last few, I have to talk about like Dazai, Chuuya in 15 years, the manga version that Hoshikawa is doing right now. Oh, those fucking chapters are absolute fucking dynamite. They're just so beautiful, especially with the fact that, hey, chapter 1 has like 65 pages. Like 65 pages. I am still not over that. And the artwork is just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. But you'll know that because obviously I do my chapter reviews of it every month and just gush about the artwork. I barely actually talk about the story because we've already had 15 years talked about so many bloody times. I've talked about the light novel version and also then did a comparison to the anime version. So we have all the versions. But there is actually a series that's going on currently right now through like the Viz like kind of media app and whatnot at the moment. And it only started, I say only started, I think there's about 15 chapters out right now of it, which then would make it, oh god, I need to do maths, about 4 months ago, and it's called, oh god, I'm going to have to try and say this right, because I'm going to pronounce it wrong, and it's Ginka Glüna, and it's a magic kind of story. You can see there's a theme of magic within my selections this year. But basically, it's a whole kind of magic system where one of them looks like a fucking snowman, right? So it's a magical snowman, and he trains up this little lassie. Like, it starts off like in a snowy mountains, and then this lassie finds the snowman, the magical snowman. It's just the best to explain him as a magical snowman. If you look at him, he looks like a snowman. So he trains her up, basically becomes like a magician and whatnot, and then they go out, eventually going on wee travels to then, because she finds out that he's missing parts of his body, so they go on adventures to try and recover all the parts of like his soul and everything like that, and it's a whole lot of fun. It's like the whole like thing like dark magic and the fact that like usually like magicians have like wands, but this lassie who's been trained, like she doesn't have a wand, so she's just doing things like tickety boo, just like pew. I say pew. Like, basically, she too fancy for a wand. So, like, all the other little magicians are just like, what do you think you're doing? Don't ask why I did that. But yeah, that is a fun wee series, and I'm hoping it doesn't get cancelled, because I have started so many series on that Viz app, and it's like, and then it's cancelled, like, after, like, 20 chapters, and I'm just like, I really hope this one does not get cancelled, because I'm really enjoying it, and I don't want to jinx it now by putting it into this video, and then come, like, next year, maybe by, like, the end of January, it'll be like, and it's finished, and it's cancelled, and I'm like, no, we've just started, we've just begun. Oh, but yeah, so there we go, there's my little selection for 2022. Obviously not everything obviously came out this year, but the majority of things actually did start this year, so that's actually not bad for me for once. And hopefully some of them have intrigued you. I'll obviously have linked the ones that I've talked about in Manga Monday, so if you want to go check them out, you can. And let me know down below what were your favourite reads of the year, if there are any series that you kind of wanted to get into but you didn't, and do you think next year we'll have a good selection? I'm kind of scared for how this collection is going to grow, because I didn't think my collection was going to grow at the same kind of rate as it did the year before, but I just worked out that it has, and I still have Christmas, which means I still have other volumes to add. So probably the next video will either be if there's a chapter release for Dazai Chuuya 15, or the next one will be the reorganising this whole collection, because I still haven't done that. I know I did like the whole big 45 volume manga haul, and I said I was going to reorganise all this, but then I also noted that there was no point in doing so. So that will be the New Year project. That's literally going to how I'm going to start off 2023, I've just realised, is me organising this manga collection. Oh no. But anyway, until next time, I'm AJ, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye! And happy holidays. And have a nice new year if I'm not back by that point, because at this rate, I don't know how videos are going to work, because I am recording this at like 4 in the morning because I'm on night shift and this is my day off. So that's why the videos have been very sporadic. Yay! Happy 22.